So, a couple things I want to go over here.
I feel like I've accomplished a lot in my life. Founded Maker-based education.
So, we have the code right here. Nice and easy. So, first thing we want to go over here is we do not want, this obviously isn't good user interface to have the text all the way from one side of the screen all the way to the right side of the screen, okay? So what we do, and you'll see this in a lot of sites, is some people call it a wrapper, some people call it containers. We're going to put a container around our text here, and we could have done it up there, but I wanted to wait to do it here to show you the visual, to make sure that it's within, a normal viewing, like a good, nice, clean viewpoint. So, like, in other words, trying to think of one that we can check out. So what's real common is around 960, 970 pixels at this screen size. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all these paragraphs we just created, and inside this section, we're going to put a div with class of container. So wrap those paragraphs in this div with a class of container.
Just curious, like, why not just use section, give it the class container? Why not?
Because I want to show them the benefits of using classes. Because I'll use it on the next section as well, and then we can just give that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you could. And like, in the next section, I'm going to change the background color. So I can't have the background color on that section and the container and then same one. All right, so we have that. Now what we're going to do is go over to Style. These are just comments to organize my code. You don't have to do it. And we're going to do container, and we're going to give it a width of 970 pixels.
Does that div have its own section?
Sorry, what?
Does the div have its own section? I couldn't see.
I'll zoom in. Hold on, give me one second. Just put this in for now, and then I'll show you in a sec. Zoom in. I put the div within the section. So the section is still wrapping that div. So give it class of container. Any element with a class of container is going to have a width of 970 pixels. Excuse me? No. Here's the look on your section and div question in the back. Yes. One sec. You got that? The container. You got that? All right, so once you save both of those, you'll come over here now, and now we'll see that this container here gave it a width of 970 pixels. As we said, the only problem is it's to the left, all right? So earlier we use text align to move the text to the center of the page. However, this div, you'll see, is only from here to here, so if we use text align, it would just be centered in the middle of this 970 pixels, okay? I'll show you just so you can get a visual. See, centers the text, but that's not what we want. The difference between the two is you use text align center to center inline elements. So texts are inline, and then to center block elements, a div is a block element. You use, well, a little trick. We have margin, and then the first value, remember when we have two values on margin, the first value is top to bottom. So we're just going to keep that 0, and then the value left to right, we're going to put auto. And that's how you center block elements. So I'm going to come back over here. Margin 0, auto. All right, one thing I want to do as well while we're right here is you know how we have these pre-settings for the different types of elements? I want to go ahead and make sure all our sections has padding top of, let's just give it 30 pixels, padding bottom, 30 pixels, and you'll be like, well, we already did the padding top and padding bottom for that top section, so these 100 px values are just they're more specific, remember? They're more specific, so they're just referring to that one section, so they're going to override that 30 pixels. Okay? So anytime we have a section, it's going to have a padding. Okay. You got that? So save both of those. Reload. Beautiful. Now we have our text in the middle of the page. You can see this nice container section here. And then we have our font size at 14 pixels. Might want to increase that. But for the time being, okay, so we have all the font here. The next thing we want to do is bring in, actually, let's go ahead and stay on the font while we're at it. You notice how the font here is different, right? It's, yeah, Courier new, exactly. So what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to grab this font family here. Actually, what we're going to do, because the whole body of the site is Courier New, is we're going to replace the body with Courier New right here. Whoops. And we're going to take this Helvetica and we're going to move it into the top section. Okay? So the changes we just made is we changed this top to the Courier New, Courier Sans Serif, and moved the font family to the top section. That's the only part where we're going to see that Helvetica New. Yep. And go ahead and give it a color of 555. Excuse me? Okay, go ahead and create a body at the very top. You can just to save your time, you can just you don't need that.
We need to move it into the Helvetica into the H2 also. Oh, it's in the top. It changed. Well, it changed my H2. What did I do wrong?
Oh, that might, sorry.
Wrong place. Yeah, I put it in the top H1 instead.
Yeah, so you can take out all the font families here in the H1s, H2s, Ps, block quotes.
How come the color is only four numbers?
Oh, so this is just shorthand for the same thing as that. So like if it was A, B, C like that, that would be shorthand for.
All three pairs.
Yep, exactly. And just to make it a little more readable, let's just change that to 16 pixels as well. Because I don't like how small it is. Down below, I took the original font family with the Helvetica New and moved it right into that top section because that's the only part of the site that's going to have that font. See it right here? Okay.